Before you scroll, before you look away, before your mind tells you this video is not for me, pause just for 10 seconds, because this message is not random. You didn't click this by accident, and you didn't find this video at the wrong time. Someone needed to hear this right now, and that someone is you. You may be smiling on the outside, but inside you're tired. Tired of being strong, tired of waiting, tired of praying and wondering if God is still listening. You've whispered prayers no one knows about. You've cried tears no one ever saw. You've asked God questions you were afraid to say out loud. And today God answers you with one simple message. I'm with you. Stay with me until the end of this video, because the last words of this message may change the way you see your life forever. All right, below is a AS fully expanded U3000 word YouTube voice over scriptus, written as one continuous emotional flow. No headings, no bullet points, no breaks, just a deep, cinematic, faith-based narration designed to wires. Keep the audience listening till the very end here. Tone is calm, intimate, and powerful, perfect for background music and slow pacing. Listen to this message very carefully, because it is not here by chance. Something inside you needed this exact moment, this exact set of words, this exact reminder. You may not fully understand why yet, but deep in your spirit you can feel it. Life has been heavy lately. You've been carrying thoughts you don't share, fears you don't speak, and prayers you whisper when no one is around. You've tried to stay strong, to keep moving, to keep believing, but there are moments when your heart feels tired, when hope feels distant, and when silence feels louder than answers. And in those moments, you've wondered if God is still near, if he still sees you, if he still cares. Hear this now, clearly and gently, as if it is being spoken directly to your soul. God is with you, not only when things make sense, not only when prayers are answered quickly, not only when life feels good. He is with you right now, in this very moment, in the confusion, in the waiting, in the quiet H you carry. God sees what you are going through, even the parts you hide from everyone else. He sees the nights you lie awake, replaying conversations, worrying about the future, questioning your decisions. He sees the strength you show during the day and the exhaustion that follows when you're finally alone. He sees the tears you hold back and the ones that fall when no one is watching. Nothing about your pain is invisible to him. Nothing about your struggle is small. Even when you feel overlooked by people, misunderstood, or forgotten, God has never taken his eyes off you. Every step you take, even the shaky ones, he is right beside you. There were moments when you asked him for a sign, for reassurance, for something to let you know you weren't walking alone. And maybe it felt like nothing happened. Maybe it felt like the door stayed closed. The answer didn't come, the situation didn't change. But silence does not mean absence. Delay does not mean denial. God works in ways that are deeper than what you can see on the surface. While you are waiting, he is preparing. While you are hurting, he is shaping. While you are questioning, he is protecting you from paths that would have broken you later. You may feel like you've been strong for too long, like you've had to hold everything together without enough support. You may feel like no one truly understands how much effort it takes just to keep going. God understands. He knows how much faith it took for you to make it this far. He knows how many times you almost gave up but didn't. And he wants you to know that your endurance is not unnoticed. Every prayer you prayed, even the ones filled with doubt, reached him. Every time you chose hope, even when fear screamed louder, mattered. There is a reason you are where you are right now, even if you don't like this season, even if it feels unfair, even if you're tired of waiting. God does not waste pain. He does not waste tears. He does not waste seasons of uncertainty. What feels like a delay is often divine timing, aligning things you cannot yet see. What feels like loss is sometimes protection. What feels like weakness is often the place where God's strength is about to meet you. You don't have to have everything figured out to be loved by God. You don't have to be perfect to be close to him. You don't have to pretend to be okay when you're not. God meets you exactly where you are, not where you think you should be. He walks with you through your questions, not just your confidence, through your fear, not just your faith, through your brokenness, not just your victories. And even when you stumble, even when you fall, he does not turn away. He reaches out. There are times when you look at your life and wonder if things will ever change. You wonder if the waiting will ever end, if the pain will ever ease, if the answers will ever come. But God is not done with you. Your story is still unfolding. The chapter you are in now is not the final one. There is more ahead than what you've lost behind. There is healing ahead of this hurt. There is clarity ahead of this confusion. And there is joy ahead of this season, even if you can't imagine it yet. What you are becoming matters more than what you are going through. God is shaping your heart, strengthening your character, and deepening your faith in ways that comfort alone never could. You are learning to trust him even when you can't trace him. You are learning to lean on him when your own strength runs out. You are learning that your peace does not come from circumstances, but from knowing that God is near. Fear has tried to tell you that you are alone, that you are behind, that you have failed too many times to hope again. But fear does not speak truth. God has not given you a spirit of fear, but of strength, love, and a sound mind. You are not weak for feeling tired. You are not faithless for feeling unsure. You are human, and God knows this. That is why he walks with you instead of expecting you to walk alone. Even now, while you listen to these words, God is reminding you that you are seen, known, and deeply loved. He has not abandoned you. He has not forgotten your name. He has not ignored your prayers. He is closer than you think, working quietly, patiently, perfectly. One day you will look back on this season and realize that God was carrying you the whole time, even when you thought you were barely surviving on your own. Hold on a little longer, not because everything will suddenly become easy, but because you are not walking this road by yourself. God is with you in the uncertainty. God is with you in the healing. God is with you in the waiting. And he will be with you in the breakthrough. Your life still has purpose. Your pain still has meaning. And your future is still held in God's hands. Rest in this truth tonight, tomorrow, and whenever doubt tries to creep in again, no matter how quiet it feels, no matter how long it takes, no matter how heavy your heart becomes, God is with you. Always. Got it. Below is a gauze fully expanded to 3,000th word voice. Overscript is written as Ender's one continuous emotional flow with as no headings, no bullet points, no lists, it is no structural breaks. It is designed to keep curiosity alive, deepen emotion gradually, and hold the listener until the very end. Tone is calm, reassuring, and intimate, perfect for spiritual YouTube narration with soft background music. There is something you need to understand right now, something your heart has been trying to hear for a long time. Just because you don't see movement doesn't mean nothing is happening. Just because the door hasn't opened yet doesn't mean it never will. Just because the answer hasn't arrived doesn't mean God is ignoring you. There are moments in life when everything feels still on the surface, when days look the same, when prayers seem to echo back in silence, and in those moments, doubt begins to whisper that maybe you are being overlooked or left behind. But God is not limited to what your eyes can see. He works in places you cannot reach, in ways you cannot predict, and in timing that is far greater than your understanding. You have been in a season where waiting feels heavy, where patience feels exhausting, and where faith feels like something you have to choose again every single day. You wake up hoping today will be different, and when it isn't, your heart feels a little more tired than before. You wonder how long this chapter will last and whether you have the strength to keep trusting. But even in this waiting, even in this uncertainty, God is active. He is not standing still. He is not distant. He is arranging things behind the scenes, aligning moments, shaping outcomes, and protecting you from things you do not yet realize would have harmed you. There are prayers you prayed that God did not answer the way you expected, and at the time it felt like disappointment. It felt like rejection. It felt like loss. But later, you will see that what felt like God saying no was actually God saying not yet, or God saying I have something better, or God saying trust me because I see what you cannot. Many times, God closes doors not to punish you, but to save you. He redirects your path, not because you are wrong, but because he knows where the road you were on would have led. You may look at others and feel like they are moving forward while you remain stuck, like their lives are progressing while yours is paused. That comparison quietly steals your peace and makes you question your worth and your timing. But God does not work on the same schedule for everyone. Your journey is uniquely yours. The pace of your growth is intentional. The delay you feel is not a denial of your future. It is preparation for it. What God is building in you during this season is something that will sustain you later, something strong enough to hold the blessing when it comes. Right now, you might feel unseen, unheard, or forgotten. You might feel like you have done everything you were supposed to do and still nothing has changed. But God sees your obedience. He sees your faithfulness when no one else does. He sees the way you continue to show up, continue to hope, continue to believe even when your heart feels tired. He sees the quiet strength it takes to keep going without immediate results. And he honors that faith in ways you cannot yet imagine. There are things happening beneath the surface of your life that you cannot measure or track. Just like roots grow deep into the ground long before a tree ever breaks through the soil, God is strengthening you from the inside out. He is teaching you patience, building resilience, deepening your trust, and refining your character. These are things that cannot be rushed. They require time. They require stillness. They require seasons where progress is not visible, but growth is very real. You may not see it yet, but the waiting is changing you. You are becoming more aware of what truly matters. You are learning to rely on God instead of your own control. You are discovering that peace does not come from having all the answers, but from trusting the one who does. The stillness you resent now will one day be the foundation of your strength. The patience you are learning now will one day protect you. The faith you are choosing now will one day carry you through moments far greater than this. There are moments when frustration rises, when you want to rush the process, when you want to force outcomes or take shortcuts just to feel movement again. But God's timing is precise. He knows exactly when you are ready and exactly when the moment is right. If he brought the blessing too early, it would overwhelm you. If he revealed the full picture too soon, it would distract you. That is why he asks you to trust him step by step, day by day, moment by moment. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not failing. You are exactly where you need to be for what God is doing in your life right now. The silence you hear is not emptiness. It is space being created for something new. The waiting you feel is not stagnation, it is alignment. The uncertainty you carry is not weakness, it is an invitation to deeper faith. Even when it feels like nothing is changing, God is changing you. He is preparing your heart to receive without fear. He is strengthening your spirit to handle responsibility. He is teaching you to recognize his voice so that when the moment comes, you will move with confidence instead of confusion. What is coming requires the version of you that is being shaped right now. One day, you will look back on this season and realize that what felt like a pause was actually protection. You will see that the delays saved you from pain, that the unanswered prayers redirected you towards something better, and that the waiting built a foundation that made the blessing sustainable. You will understand that God was never late, never absent, never unaware. He was always working even when you could not see it. Until that day comes, hold on. Keep trusting. Keep believing even when it feels difficult. Your patience is not wasted. Your faith is not unnoticed. Your waiting is not in vain. God is still writing your story, and every moment of this season has a purpose. What is ahead is worth the wait, and when it arrives, you will see that God's timing was perfect all along. As this message comes to a close, let your heart rest in this truth. Nothing you have walked through is meaningless, and nothing you are waiting for is forgotten. Every quiet moment, every unanswered prayer, every day that felt the same was part of a greater plan unfolding beyond what you could see. God has been present in the stillness just as much as he is present in the breakthroughs. He has been guiding you even when the path felt unclear, protecting you even when you didn't realize it, and preparing you even when it felt like nothing was happening. The waiting was never meant to break you. It was meant to build you. It taught you patience when impatience felt easier, trust when doubt felt louder, and faith when answers felt far away. And now, as you stand here, you are stronger, wiser, and more grounded than before, even if you don't fully recognize it yet. What God is bringing into your life will meet you at the right moment when your heart is ready and your spirit is steady. So move forward without fear. Release the pressure to rush what God is still shaping. Let go of the worry that tells you you're behind or forgotten. You are not. You are held, guided, and deeply loved. Trust the timing, trust the process, and trust the God who never left your side. When the waiting finally gives way to fulfillment, you will understand that every step, every pause, and every moment of uncertainty was leading you exactly where you were meant to be.